What's up, YouTube? So I just filmed like 5 minutes of this video, but I really didn't like it, so I'm just gonna restart. Hopefully I can formulate my sentences okay, but I'm just out here in nature having a smoke, chilling. I've been at my desk the whole day working on like fucking stupid projects, editing shit. I'll start the video off with some good news, I guess, but I did this little edit thing like I've been working on for the past 3 days, and this artist, her name's Avalon, I think, or her Instagram username is Avalon Lurks, but she has this song called Harder to Reach Than God, and there's like this remix part at the end of the song with like the Help remixed it, and I made a little edit to it. I posted on my story this morning, and then she reposted it on her Instagram story. Unfortunately, she deleted it, but that was just so sick that I got posted by like a fucking artist with like 50k followers who has direct connections to the Help. So that was really motivating and a great way to start my day. But unfortunately, yeah, she deleted it. But it was just like a nice reminder to show that, or to tell me that like it is possible. You know, it's possible to make connections through Instagram or just by making cool things and posting them. You know what I mean? But this video is just gonna be like a life update, just to talk about everything. It's really fucking cold out. I don't want to be here for too long, but I wrote down some notes here just because I'm using my phone to film this, so I don't have to like check my notes app and cut this video. But basically, I'm just gonna just go off and start talking about this shit. But a lot of it's gonna be about art, by the way. Maybe the title of this video will guide whoever watches this. Maybe I'll do timestamps, something like that. But if I were to give you a person who is like the definition of locked in, like work ethic, health, looks, social life, knows how to talk to people, is motivated, like has a dream, has a foreseeable dream, knows what they want. If I gave you that person, right, you would and I put them in business or like, I guess, entrepreneurship, or pursuing financial gain, I'll say. If I gave you that person and put them in that situation, you would say, no doubt, they're gonna make it. They're gonna be successful. They got big things ahead of them, right? But if I put them in the arts, people are doubtful about that. And it can be very discouraging because, holy shit, these geese won't shut the fuck up. But it can be very discouraging because I feel like I've been locked in for like the past 4 years of my life. Since I was 16, I locked the fuck in, you know, on like all parts of my life. And it's hurtful when people don't see that and they think, oh, you're in arts, oh, you're like a hippie, or oh, you're not, or like you're not gonna be something big, and it's just like a creative pursuit. And oh, but you can do like short form content, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people, I mean, like, art has been monetized over the last couple of years, like since COVID, I'll say, or since short form content and like the rise of TikTok. Like, art has become mainstream. Hold up. Sorry. Had to punch it out instead of stomping it out. But yeah, arts became mainstream, and I feel like a lot of people think like, oh, you're an editor, like, why don't you edit this short form video for me, you know? And even like, it's not like creativity and doing something in the arts gets looked down on. It's more the idea of actually just pursuing art and not trying to monetize it gets looked down on, and that can be discouraging because I feel like why the fuck is everything being monetized? Why do you have to be a video editor for a YouTuber? Why do you have to be trying to start your own video agency business and make money? You know, what happened to actually just being an artist? And I don't think that's shot, you know, maybe it's just me because I'm starting out and I've experienced like kind of the negativity or the doubtfulness from my peers or from parents, or just like other people, right, through conversation. So maybe it's just my experience. Maybe artistry isn't dead, but it just feels like it can be discouraging. And I think it's very subjective, because I was talking before about like somebody in finance, if you or not finance, but entrepreneurship, like if you had these traits and you put them in a financial pursuit, people wouldn't doubt you. But I still think people would. I still think it is being an artist is very similar to an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's self-employment, or it's doing something through you being your own boss, like that shit. But it's very similar in the sense of like failing. One of my biggest inspirations, like last year, not anymore, I don't really watch him anymore, but this guy Alex Hormozy, maybe some of you have heard of him, but he would talk a lot about how when he was starting out, he was really broke, and I guess you could say he was a starving artist. It's just people don't see business as art. It's business, right? It's entrepreneurship, but at the same time, you're a starving business owner, you're a starving artist. It's kind of the same thing. And it's really just interesting to kind of look at that and take the similarities from business and apply it to arts in a way. Not in a monetization way, but more in a delayed gratification way, in the sense of this might take 10 years, and this might take a lot of willpower to pull off, and you have to be determined, and you have to be naive, and you have to be ignorant, and you have to know what you want. So there's a lot of similarities between artistry and entrepreneurship, and I think I can get hateful sometimes towards people who are focused on the finances, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing, and we're really not that different from one another, like at the end of the day, like we all want the same thing. And this is going to lead me into the next topic of this video, but like I said, I can get really carried away with this mindset of like we're all different, and I'm different, I'm pursuing arts, but that's not a good mindset to have, because you're acting like you're not human anymore. And I can really I'm serious, I can really like internally, like I won't say things, but I can really think I'm better than other people. And I feel like my ego of not my ego, but like my determination of I'm gonna create amazing art can like overpower my humanity. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like in terms of like conversation, if I talk to somebody who's just in college or just in school for like a BBA, like a business administration or some shit, right? I feel like I have this mindset of like, yo, I'm better than this person just because I'm pursuing the arts, or yo, we have nothing in common because I'm in a completely different niche and I want something greater for myself, and this person doesn't. But that's not true. We all grew up the same, and this is, I think, a project I really want to do, but it's a project based on a question. But like, why did I get the awareness? Why did I get the open mindset? Why did I get the chasing new perspectives? Why did I get that? If I had the exact same childhood as my brother, or if I had the exact same childhood as people I went to high school with, why am I the only one that is truly pursuing this? Why isn't my brother pursuing this? I don't know why I don't want to say been gifted, but why did I have the emotional awareness? Why do I have the emotional curiosity, I guess you could say, or artistic curiosity? Like, why do I have those things? And it's really boggles my mind. But just because I have those things doesn't mean I'm different. It's just I've been given. It's like somebody who's really good at math, like they just were gifted that. And it's weird, I don't want to say I'm gifted because I don't really know if I am or not. I just know I have a really strong passion for the arts. That's all I really know. I don't know if this is really making sense. I think I might hop to a different topic here just because kind of dragging this shit on. But yes, So I got two more things to talk about. So this is a little different, or this is kind of connected, not really actually, but this is about having an audience. So recently I was going to pick up something from Facebook Marketplace. It was a leather jacket. It didn't fit, doesn't really matter, it's irrelevant, but the guy I was getting it off of was an artist, and he does like more like drawings and paintings, so it's a little different than from what I'm in, but at the end of the day, it's just a different medium. The same rules kind of apply to art, right? So I was talking to this guy and I asked him a bunch of questions, but the main thing I got out of the conversation is that I'm just gonna read it off here. I think I worded it pretty good, I'll say. Sorry. But having an audience and a reoccurring theme in your work. Okay, never mind. I didn't even fucking write that shit down. Basically, what that means, having an audience and a reoccurring theme in your work, is that even though each piece of your work may be different, even though, what if you did a like a techno, like it's kind of like let's just use like different themes in movies that people are kind of familiar with. But what if you made a comedy movie and then a horror movie? Those were like the general themes of the movie, but then underlying those themes, what if it was like loss or losing a loved one? That's how I kind of see it with your art, is that, or this is how the guy explained I should be, or just it's good to look at your art this way. But if I did if I did like a video that was one thing and then another thing, even though they're two, like up front, like what you're seeing is like two different, it seems like two different niches, there might be an underlying premise of childhood, of culture, something like that. Sorry, the camera's really shaky. I'm really fucking cold. But it was just really interesting to hear that, because it kind of gave me hope, and it made me like reiterate my idea of what style is, because style isn't necessarily the physical style of the art. It might be the style or the idea that you are trying to push forward or trying to portray. And like what if in one video I did a really slow editing technique, but in another video I did a really fast editing technique? The editing is irrelevant. It's the idea or the premise that remains. Is it fluid from video to video, or I don't know. Basically, from video to video, it doesn't really matter what the actual video is. It's the idea behind it, and it's I don't know. I don't know. Like what like if I made 3 different videos, maybe they all look different. They all use different footage. The idea could just be like thoughts of the past. I'm really trying to articulate this, but I'm having a hard time. I hope if you're watching this, you can understand what I'm saying. But I think for me, what my style is past and childhood. And maybe that's just, and the thing is, another thing this guy said, that the artist that I was talking to, was that you can have different series in your life. Just because you focus on childhood doesn't mean all your other work has to be about childhood. He was telling me about that when it comes to his work, because he focuses a lot on culture, right? Like different, like ethnic culture, right? And I was like, damn, that's a really, really, I don't know, that's just a really good point. Sorry, there's a car over there. Sketching me out. That's just a really good point to make. And it kind of gives me, you know what? It's like an era, or he said the word series, but I like the word era, you know? Right now, maybe I'm in my childhood era. I'm trying to reflect back on my childhood and my upbringing to see, why am I like this? Why do I want to pursue the arts? Why, like, what made me like this? And I don't think there's going to be an answer out there, but I feel like that's just right now my series is that, and all my work, it's not like it should follow the rules of or should follow the idea of my past and my upbringing. Like, it doesn't have to, but I feel like that's the work I want to create right now, is all about like, it is kind of about culture, or it is about like ethnicity, but then maybe later on in life I could be I could be in an era of love, and a lot of my work could be love oriented or loss oriented, like death oriented. So I don't know, it just gave me a good perspective of creation, and because at the end of the day, it's reflecting yourself. And if you're just making one series for your whole life, then what change have you went through, right? So it's art is a reflection of yourself. And I think right now I've just been thinking a lot about what made me different. And I'm, again, like I said before, I'm not different. We all are rooted, like physically we are all rooted the same, but internally, why did I come out like this, I guess? I'm not saying I'm fucked up or anything. Maybe I'm a little fucked up. I've been told that, but I don't think it was serious. Whatever. I'm losing my mind. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is that my plan for the future and what I want to do. I just want to say it so I can solidify it, but I'll just start by saying I'm officially dropping out of college. That's just done. Like, I dropped a class. I'm just gonna finish up this semester with the classes that I can pass. Hopefully pass them, get the credit. Maybe I can use those credits later on in life if I ever go back. But yeah, now it's like, what's next? Well, what's next is that I have a bunch of projects that I really, really want to do. I've written them down. I already wrote like outlines or synopsises for them all. I'm gonna work this summer at a golf course, maybe keep my retail job, just work for the summer. I don't really care about networking. I don't really care about growing an audience. That's not really part of it. Not growing an audience. I don't care about having followers. I do care about an audience. I don't really care about followers though. But I think I just really want to create as much as possible. I mean, that's always going to be the goal, but it's really just what I'm doing now, or what I want to be doing now, just hopefully at a more efficient rate in the summer. And then I guess I'll have to figure it out after that. I had plans of maybe moving to the States because I am American, but I don't know if I really want to pursue that anymore, just because it might get really expensive down there. I'll have to look into it. I'm not going to say anything I don't mean. I don't want to like claim, oh, the States are fucked or Canada's better, or like it's over for the States. Like, I don't really keep up with the politics and shit. So maybe I'll do my research in that, but I think it would be cool to have a reason to go down to the States. Like if I ever got like a deal to do a music video or to work on a project with somebody in LA or New York or anywhere really. But I feel like that would be the goal, that's the goal. I guess one of the main goals for the year is to do like a video for an actual artist that I believe in. Like, I don't want to do no silly music video just to do the music video and get a paycheck. Like, I want to be listening to the person's music or the artist's music, and I want to be like in love with their work, and I want to be like a fanboy over them. You know what I mean? Like, I really, really want to do something that I believe in and something I have a strong vision for. But I don't know. I'm just gonna do as much as I can, right? But my potential is really limitless, and I don't know. I'm just really, really excited. I totally foresee the life I could live in the next 10 years, or the life I could have by I'm 30. And I think about every day. I'm just so motivated right now. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for tuning in. Video is 20 minutes long, and peace. Oh, #love. Last thing. Okay, bye.